Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on today's vlog. It is Monday, April 20th, 420. Now, today we're not, again, like other times, we're not going to be really talking about coronavirus information, the latest updates. I want to let the pros do that. But what I do recommend is if you do want to get updates and information on COVID-19, just go to these websites you're seeing on your screen right now, cdc.gov or WHO.int. They're very great websites with a lot of guides and resources that you can use. I've seen instructions on how to wash your hands properly, for example, or how to disinfect surfaces properly around your house and how to stay protected. So lots of great resources there. Now today's I have two guests today, and it's actually I'm going to try this new feature on the software here of bringing in multiple guests in there. But I do have a dear friend and my wife as well, and somebody that we really know and appreciate all the way from Santa Barbara. We have Jenny Schatzel. She owns a gym in Santa Barbara, so she'll be talking about life fitness. She's also a motivational speaker. And of course, Claire, who doesn't know Claire, right? Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hi,
Hi, Oscar.
Hey. So how's everybody doing?
doing great.
Doing good.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. So let's start with Jenny. So Jenny, how have you been holding up with everything that's been happening?
Well, hey everybody. We take it one day at a time. Like you said, I own a gym here in Santa Barbara along
Hmm.
with my business partner, and I'm also the mother of twins who are they'll be 3 in 2 months. So it's a lot, but we're taking it one day at a time. And our choice is to wake up every day and look for the blessings and look for the positive, and that's where we're at.
And how has this impacted your business?
Obviously, it's impacted everybody. And so, what we're doing, and for all of you listening, so we own a gym called Bond Fitness in Santa Barbara, California. And one thing we're doing right now is we are just trying to show up for the community and for everybody because we are in this together. So, we are actually, obviously, we are not open. But what we're doing is I have the most incredible coworkers and the most incredible team of trainers that I work with. And so every morning at 8 a.m., we go live on Instagram, and it's a 30-minute workout. Anyone from anywhere can watch it. And every day is a new workout with a new trainer. And it's our way to try to give back and help people to keep moving. And we really believe in movement is not just, weight loss isn't the goal. It's movement because when we move, we feel better. And so trying to get people to, move their bodies and feel better and get their kids involved and their husbands and their wives. And so really that's what we're trying to do to help our community.
No, that's excellent. And we'll talk a little bit later too about just tips of what people can do at home or with items that they have in their possession or can easily get a hold of to do that. I mean, obviously, probably the easiest thing is just you have your two weapons here, your 2 feet. You can use them to walk around. So they're in beautiful Santa Barbara, of course. That we don't count on a lot of huge crowds. Like LA is just a huge city with so many people, so it's a little bit harder to avoid social distancing. But when you go out and work out and run and just walk about, are there some precautions that you take to stay healthy?
I'm not a doctor, so I definitely do not want to give out any medical advice. I think no matter where you are, I think the biggest thing right now is, we still do have a little freedom while being responsible. And I think right now, some of us, we wake up and we automatically go to thinking about what we can't do. And we need to change the focus into what we can do. So, I mean, even if, you're in LA and you really can't get out, you can still move around your house. You can still be present with your kids. You can still maybe your backyard, your front yard. I do live in Santa Barbara, and we are still walking and running, but I think everybody's being really respectful of each other and, trying to keep that distance. Some people run with a mask, some people don't. But I think you should wear a mask whenever you can, and, just keeping your distance, but also really looking for, the positives of each day.
Hmm.
Maybe slowing down a little bit is a really good thing for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree. And Claire, I want to bring you in here too because I know you probably have some questions.
I'm just thankful that workouts have gone on the Instagram Live because moving away from Santa Barbara, I haven't been able to do the program as much anymore. But I've been able to participate in some of the Instagram Lives for the workout and then do some after it goes live because my work shift sleep, I come home and sleep between like 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. So I do it after the fact. And it's been really fun to just reconnect with the trainers on Bond Fitness Instagram going live. And so I'm just curious, like, how are you personally, Jenny, just keeping your energy going? Because I feel like I've been a little bit busier. Even though we're not allowed to go out, I feel like I'm a little bit busier because of the Zoom calls, all these different demands on the internet. So just how do you keep going with all that?
That's a really great question. And that is, we're slowing down in different ways, and busier in other ways, especially if you have kids that are in school with all the Zoom calls and having kids and trying to keep up with your work. One thing, and honestly, it truly is about letting go at this moment. I think we're all in the chaos, and we're all in the, like, kind of, there's structure, but it's unstructured. We're not able to do things we normally do. And I honestly just really trying to let it go and being present in every day. We can only control so much. So my whole philosophy is that, you can't always control what's happening, but you can control how you react to it. And I really realize how I react is teaching my children how to react. So if I'm constantly in a negative state or I'm feeling out of control, then I'm teaching my children that's what you do when something happens. And so it's really just letting go and allowing things to happen.
And yeah,
Hold on, Oscar. I have another
yeah.
thing. So one of the first kickboxing lives that you did on Instagram, Jenny, like it was like when you punch, just let it go, and you punch this way and let it go, and I was like, okay, like I was always like brought to tears sometimes through the workouts, and I just it's such a physical thing to do is just to let something go within a physical way, and it's so helpful just because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in life. And so that's just been really helpful. And I just always appreciate that verbalization of what I'm able to do, even though I know I can, but it's just good to hear it.
I really appreciate it. And, like on my Instagram, so on the Bond Instagram, we do the 30-minute workouts. And then on the Jenny Schatzel Instagram is every Monday. And I've been doing this pretty much since I became a mom is I do a 5-minute movement. And I think when I say let it go and, just we can only control how we react to things, I think so often we take granted. Like 5 minutes is better than no minutes. If you can move for 5 minutes, it's going to shift your energy. It's going to shift your attitude. It's going to shift your mood. But so often we think, oh, I can't get outside, or I don't have 30 minutes. I don't have this. I don't have that. So just throw in the towel and say, well, I'm just not going to do it. Where if you did 5 minutes of squats and push-ups and side twists and just got your body moving a little bit, 5 minutes is better. So it's really about looking for the ways that you can make yourself feel better. Because a lot of times when we are spiraling, when we are not feeling our best, we go to the things that make us feel worse instead of the things that make us feel better. So that's really my whole thing right now is trying to get people to, see all the beauty that we do have and all the things we can do right now.
Excellent. And Jenny, one of the things that I see that you do a lot of is these inspirational videos. No, two things. Two things. First of all, I mean, you're like a jack of all trades. You do. I think you do so many things. It's kind of hard to keep track of. But what title do you identify with most? Like, what is your the one thing that brings you probably the most positivity or brings the most positivity to your life right now that you identify with out of everything that you're doing?
I'm not big on titles, to be honest. I think the biggest thing is for me is that I'm on a mission to change the conversation, and I'm on a mission to change the conversation about body image, self-worth, and movement.
Yeah, and the second thing that came to mind was, if for anybody that goes to your Instagram account, they'll see a lot of videos, short clips really, I think there's a lot of motivational things you can get from your videos. I mean, Instagram is such a big platform. What about it do you think gravitated you towards creating content for that platform specifically? So we'll talk a little bit about just the digital creating aspect of what you do, because your videos are really good. Photos as well. I mean, everything looks nice and clean. So just talk to me a little bit about the process that you go through when you create these videos.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. But actually, my whole thing is about keeping it real. So everything I do is authentic and real, and I think we're all in this together. So as a mom, I'm just really trying to help other women and help other moms. And like I said, I'm here to change the conversation on body image, self worth, and movement. So everything I talk about has to do with those three things. And so, the root of my why is we as women and as moms, we want so much better for our children, but we're not willing to be better ourselves, and our children don't do what we say, they do what we do. So if we want to change the conversation for them, we have to change it for ourselves first. So that's really the base of my platform, is to help moms change the conversation for themselves, so in the long run they change it for their children.
And how do you what's the first thing that you would advise that they would have to somebody would have to do to kind of just open up themselves to the change? Because I'm sure some people might be intimidated by the aspect, but what would you suggest to kind of break that ice?
There's so much. I did a whole TED talk on, I have two TED talks, and my first TED talk was really about, it's called How to Get the Perfect Body. And it's really about changing from the inside out, not the outside in. So it has to start for women, one, how we talk about ourselves and how we talk about each other. So, really changing that I am statement, and how are you talking about yourself and your body around your children, around your own household, around your roommates, around your mother, around your father. And so it's really starts with changing the way that we view and talk about ourselves.
Excellent. Yeah. And Claire, I see that you're that you want to ask another question.
Yeah, I'm curious how far any of your Instagram workout lives have gone like across the world. Like what part of the country have you heard from? Countries across the world
Oh,
watching.
oh my gosh, it's been so cool. And this is, when you ask about like why Instagram, why for me, I just really like the Instagram platform. I've done a lot on Facebook, and now it's been shifted to Instagram, and I've done some stuff on YouTube also. But for me, and there's just so much. Like there's TikTok now, and Twitter. I mean, there's always been Twitter, but there's just so many things, and I also I don't want social media to run my life, so I've just really picked Instagram as is kind of my the one I'm on the most. And I gotta be honest, it's an amazing. I get emails from Dubai, from Germany. I mean, it's really been all over the world. The one from Dubai was pretty cool, but it is a way to connect with people from all over, which has been amazing.
And what's your favorite Instagram feature?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, that's a good question. And I'm actually not that tech savvy. Like I just learned how to like pin a sentence on the IG live. I've been doing IG lives every Sunday at 3 p.m. and just having short 15-minute conversations. And it's been really awesome. So the live has been super cool. I love that. And then they're up for 24 hours. And that's really helped us at the gym to get our workouts and our message out also. So I'm loving the live. I think it's very cool.
Excellent. And what can people do to let's just talk a little bit more about staying active. Not necessarily like you said earlier, get these nice, big, huge, bulky muscles or anything, but just to stay active. Uh, Considering that the gyms right now are closed, especially out here in the LA area, just everything that's considered non-essential is just completely shut down. I believe the beaches are still closed. I don't know, Claire. Maybe you can shed some light on that. She's an assignment editor, so she knows the information a lot better than me sometimes.
Just the latest is Ventura County trying to reopen their public areas, but I haven't heard about
Yeah.
Santa Barbara.
So that Jenny, for people that are just homebound, in some of these communities that where you just really need to self quarantine, how can somebody like that stay active?
It is all about a perspective shift. It's about doing what you can with where you're at and what you have. Like, you don't need much to work out. You just need your own body weight. But also, like I said earlier, 5 minutes is better than no minutes. And I think it's the perspective shift of, oh, I'm not feeling well. What can I do to feel better? Instead of turning to the thing that makes us feel worse. So, and there's so much inspiration. And I always tell people too, with social media, make sure that your social media is filled with things that lift you up instead of take you down. Like if you're following somebody that makes you feel insecure or makes you second guess yourself, then that's probably somebody you shouldn't be following. I'll be honest, I don't follow a lot of news. I follow enough. I follow you guys. I follow enough to know what's going on, not enough to be consumed by it 24/7. So it takes me down. I choose to fill my feed with things that are going to motivate me, that are going to make me feel better, that are going to give me inspiration, because that's what I want to see. I follow all the good, the good news that is coming in. I really like to focus my energy on that, and making the shift that any movement is good movement, that you don't have to be doing these crazy workouts. And, if you can just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes is better than no minutes.
Yeah, that's an excellent point you just made. I think there's so much news, so many sources out there that people can just get bogged down with all the information, and some of that information may be wrong or outdated. That's one of the reasons why with this vlog, I decided I'm not going to talk about COVID directly. Just go to these websites that you can get the information from, and it's only 1 to 2 websites depending on what you visit. Yeah, there's all these daily press conferences, and some of the information might just, the numbers are gonna go up and continue going up. At some point, it's gonna come down, but it's just all that information is like just an overload, and it could get you depressed too. Do you have those days where you just completely unplug from all your devices and TV and stuff and just do family time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I used to go. I usually do a week detox, so I take off. And now since this has happened, I haven't done that for a full week because we've been showing up every morning to do the workouts and trying to be here for people. So I used to do, and I'll get back to that, but I used to every month I go completely off social media for 7 days, which is amazing. So I once a month I do a 7 day detox. And then, but through this, I do 24-hour detoxes where I actually delete all my social media apps off my phone, and I just completely take them off my phone for 24 hours. And then when I'm with my kids, I have really strict boundaries. And that's something I've had to really work through, especially with this, is I have my work hours. And then when I'm with the kids, I actually put my phone in another room. So, it's not distracting, because I like to be present when I'm with my kids and then present when I'm with doing my work. Like right now, like the kids are napping right now, so I'm out in the backyard.
On a beautiful day like that, do you do some
On a
grilling out there?
Yeah. We will tonight. Yeah, so my husband gets home. We will tonight.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, before we wrap it up, Claire, do you have any other questions?
I do. I'm curious how you
Oh
think
no,
the
you froze
gym
up a little bit.
after. Oh, am
Claire,
I
What?
back?
can you repeat that, Claire?
Yes. I'm curious, Jenny, how you think the gym fitness industry might change and evolve after going through this social distancing virus outbreak stuff.
Good question. I think a couple things. I think everybody gets to reevaluate how they were doing business, um, what was working, maybe what wasn't working. And then also, like, right now, I just have to say, we have the most incredible team. And I don't like to say they're my coworkers. So we're all one. And we've really bonded through this whole thing. The name of the gym is called Bond. We've literally bonded, every trainer showing up and just being 100% authentic in themselves and wanting to help is, I mean, it's what our gym is all about, and it's what our team is all about. And through crisis, our team has shown that. And it's just been so inspiring for me that I get to work with these people every day. And through one of like the hardest thing that's happened, we've become even closer. So it's been awesome. And then I think after this, it's going to be definitely personal for each person. But I think after this, we're going to crave like, we want to be in the gym. We want to be hanging out with each other. We miss that environment. So I think it might take a while, but I think people will get back to wanting to be in the gym, in movie theaters, in restaurants, because we miss it.
Exactly. Excellent point.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Claire, anything else? Or you're good?
I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
All right, Jenny. Well,
we love you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, exactly. And I want to give
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I want to give you the very final word here. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, chat about, say that we didn't discuss?
I just want to tell well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you two for having me. This is Oscar. This is awesome. I love you doing this. And then, the only thing, message to anybody watching this is, what we need right now is kindness and love and support, because we are all in this together. And so the more we can spread that, I think that's really what is needed right now.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Jenny.
Bye, you guys. Thanks.
All right.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. All right, and for everybody watching, thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow me on social media, of course. My Instagram handle is @ofloresnews, and my Twitter account @oflores. You can also, like I said before, if you're looking for information on COVID-19, you can go to cdc.gov or who.int, which I do love going to cdc.gov because there's so many great resources there, but also there's like a huge map that you can zero into your community or neighborhood that you're interested in getting information, and it connects you to the health departments of those communities. So I think that's really good news. Now, of course, you can always follow your local news sources. Usually they will stream news conferences with the latest information. To get today, again, as any other day for the past few weeks, 2 months, there's going to be press conferences. So if you're looking for the latest updates on your community, again, just follow your local news sources. You can also follow your local health officials and health departments. They usually have social media accounts that just put information out there. All right. Well, again, thanks for everybody that joined me on this vlog, and I really do appreciate your support. So stay safe, take care until next time, and yeah, be sure to get some fresh air, stay active. All right, and maybe I should follow some of that advice too. All right, goodbye everybody.